How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to a little special episode. Like I said, we're rolling through the summer. We're going to drop episodes here or there. Me, Carly, we got one of our great friends, really great friend of the program, our recurring guest, Trent Partridge, along with newest member of his LSUA pitching staff and potentially lineup, Lainee Bailey. Coach, we'll talk to you here in a minute. I'm not. We'll talk to you. I'm not too worried about it. Lainee, how we doing, my friend?
I'm doing great.
Great. Now, we've seen on social media a little bit. You've got a dog, right? You got a cute dog, right?
I do.
What is his or her name and what's their breed?
It's a miniature golden doodle, and his name is Moose.
Moose is
Oh, what a name.
Moose. That's a yeah. Your mom, Carly, your mom ha has a golden doodle, right?
Yeah, he's a mini. His name is Bunker.
Oh,
Okay.
But he's not very
Mo-
mini. He came out like medium.
Medium.
Is Moose with you, Lainey?
Moose. I told my mom to take him outside because we have a big dog too. We have a standard golden doodle, and his name's Champ, and they're loud, so I told him to take him outside.
I hear
Moose
golden
and
doodle.
Champ.
That's first off, two great names. Two great names for two great dogs. Now, here's my only thing. Golden Doodles. I consider myself a dog person. Everybody knows Marsh. I love dogs. Dogs are great. For whatever reason, Golden Doodles, they I don't know, they bark. They bark when they see me. Is that a me problem or is that just a Golden Doodle kind of
Dude,
thing?
they see the curls and they
Oh, okay, that's what it is. That's what it is. I got the hat on, but let the
Yeah.
let the fro go, and then the golden doodles are like, what are you? You're like some messed up breed of doodle. Got it. Okay. Thanks for the confidence boost, Carly. I'm talking my friend Coach. Okay. Coach Trent, how you doing, man? No, all seasons rolling. I'm down in Florida. You're down in Louisiana. Are you finding any way to stay cool right now, man?
It's hot. It is hot. At these every weekend we're out recruiting and stuff, and I think every weekend, how are these girls playing so many games on the weekends, man? It is just absolutely crazy how hot actually is, and everything's turf nowadays, and so that turf is twice as hot as what it is if it was on natural surface. But we're finding ways to stay.
Yeah, I saw Paul Hunt, our buddy Benedictine softball head coach. He tweeted something out talking with players. They're like, hey, games Monday, Tuesday, a showcase Wednesday, then another tournament Friday, Saturday. I mean, that's crazy. And I know up in like Kansas, maybe it's a little bit cooler, but I mean, I don't know.
Uh,
It seems like a lot of softball. Carly, Laney, y'all may be able to speak a little bit to her. I mean, can y'all just roll out there and do it, roll in the summer like that? Is it kind of whatever?
I mean, I definitely used to. I used to play like 5 games a weekend, but now I'm getting kind of old, I guess, and that's a lot.
yeah, the older you get, the harder it gets.
Yeah, I guess you got to put a
But
little
that
WD-40
it's
on
kind
it. Doesn't
of
work as well.
yeah, it's kind of the new normal now. I mean, they throw kids out there all week long and make them play.
It
I
is
got
from a recruiting standpoint. I always tell every recruit after about the second game of a day, like I have to start kind of questioning what kind of shape are we in and those kind of things. Like it's tough to evaluate girls when they're playing 3, 4, 5 games a day. These tournament directors are sometimes about money more than they are about girls' safety and other things. So it gets difficult on the recruiting side.
Yeah.
Very difficult on the recruiting side whenever girls are playing so many games late into the day, as hot as it is in Louisiana.
Yeah, I started thinking about like, I'm a tournament director that ha has girls play 4 or 5 games, but hey, that's in February, so at least it's nice and cool up in Shawnee. Excited to be back there in 2026. Coach, before you talk any more crap about tournament directors or anything, let's talk about Lainey. Obviously, big pickup for you. One of two Division I arms transferring into the NAIA last week. Wolverton transferring up to Madonna. But tell us about Lainey, what she's going to bring to your program that's had back-to-back really solid years.
Yeah, Lainey's she's gonna bring the big game experience that she's kind of got to pitch in this year. Coming from a team that just lost only two girls off of our very strong lineup and those kind of things, Lainey's gonna to be able to fill into the circle. Obviously, losing Prim was a big blow. Whenever we got Lainey, we were super excited about that. And so we have high expectations for her, but not just in the circle, but also to be able to swing the bat for us as well from a lineup standpoint. And the stats speak for themselves from a team standpoint. Like we have a very good lineup that is returning, and the one thing that you're always going to find with LSUA softball, as long as I'm a part of it, is that we're going to play fast, we're going to play aggressive, we're going to play that style of ball. But I always want a pitcher that's in the circle that is going to be dominant. If I can find a dominant one, then we're always going to have a chance to win, and that's just what Lainee is. She's a big time player. She may not be very good at pickleball, but she she is she inside the circle. She is who she is.
Hey, now, Lainey, if you haven't signed that dotted line, that comment right there, I mean, that could open up the recruitment. That's pretty tough. Are you that bad at a pickleball?
I'm actually pretty good, but we're gonna figure that out. I guess the first week when I get there.
I played my first game the other day. I finally said, all right, I've avoided the pickleball problem long enough. I finally picked it up. I'm like, it's fun. It's fun. Gotta get me some paddles.
She said she was getting me some pink ones.
I
Oh,
said,
perfect.
and wear pink.
We gotta get the one side purple, one side gold, and rock with it like that.
We're gonna record this match and we're gonna post it to y'all's Instagram for our
Well,
I
look,
I think that's a great idea.
I think that's
he, here's what I'm thinking. I think Carly and I get down to Alexandria, Louisiana, and we have a little 2v2, and then when we put it on the line, we'll put like 5 pounds of crawfish. How are we feeling about that, Carly? You up for that? And put your I don't know, you'll say your money where your paddle is, I guess,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm about it.
or crawfish where your paddle is. However we want to
Yeah.
go about it.
I think we're gonna have to get Lainey trained up first. I don't know how good she actually is.
all right now. Let's bring
He's eating his words.
he how to play pickleball starter pack.
Well,
Uh,
Lainey, not only are you dominant on the pickleball court, you had a phenomenal postseason for the Southland Conference Championship. You had a complete game shutout against McNeese, forcing a game 3. How did you and your Southeastern Louisiana teammates execute the game plan and secure that big win for you guys?
Well, I think that bring it back to my freshman year, we played them in the championship game and we ended up losing. So I think we had to play with a chip on our shoulder, especially like this year with the 3-game series. After losing the first game, we went in the second game and we just knew that we had to put it all on the line, especially just to get to game 3. So I think we just played with a chip on our shoulder.
Coach, what are your thoughts on that kind of format that the Southland Conference has for their conference style, that kind of best 2 out of 3? We see it in the GPAC, obviously, with them splitting it up 2 sides. Last 3 years, you've had the Midland side, and the other side you have the Northwestern. Is usually 2 homes, and then they come together and play that best two out of three. How do you? What's your viewpoint on that kind of postseason format that early, as far as like conference tournament?
yeah, I like it. It was getting to watch, the Southland Conference, as many Louisiana teams that we have that's kind of in that Southland, getting to watch that style of that intensity. That's a super regional feel that they got to kind of have during that conference tournament. Conference tournaments is a special thing already, but watching that 2 out of 3 and getting to see how important every single pitch truly is. It was really neat to get to sit back and kind of watch that from this standpoint.
Yeah, I don't know if conference tournament like all the way through, if it's something we could adapt in the NAI. I would like to see it in either, maybe I don't know, regional would be tough, but definitely in World Series format if we got
Hmm.
to a point where you have your team make it through the winners bracket. Like this year would have been Oklahoma City, and then you have Southern Oregon who made it through the elimination bracket. Now it was kind of the best 2 out of 3 in that format. In this current format, if the team that comes out of the elimination bracket wins it, we saw Southern Oregon do it this year. Last time somebody did it was 21, where Southern Oregon did it again. I don't know. It's that time of the year where it's like, what can we do just to be different, be weird? I don't know. Coach, I know you and I have talked plenty about postseason formats. We may do an episode later on in the summer or something as we get more and more bored waiting for the season. But Lainey, going back to your postseason performance, where you really popped off on a national level, where a lot of people saw you, was in Baton Rouge in that regional. You came out of the bullpen, tossed 4 2/3 no-hit innings to beat LSUA in the opening round of that regional. Did you know there was a pretty good chance you were going to come out as one of the first arms out of the bullpen, and then just stepping into that high pressure, super electric environment in Baton Rouge, little night game, LSU crowd. What was that experience like?
Well, I mean, I grew up like 20 minutes from there, so I've been around the LSU crowd like my whole life, so I knew how that was going into it. And then he usually sends out like the lineup, like if this pitcher starting, and then he'll give you like who's in next and after that. And so I knew I was going in. I knew it was gonna be second. I didn't know when I was going in, but I knew I was second. And I'm gonna be honest, I had to do an interview after that game, and I think that was harder than pitching in front of everybody. So
Yeah, I mean, look, I find it funny. It's like, oh, your Carly or whoever will go to interview someone who just had an incredible game, and it's like, hey, can I get those questions real quick? I'm a little nervous. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah, they're so nervous.
everybody's just staring at you. You're like,
I mean, I get it, but uh, Coach, turning it back to you, the Generals fell short of reaching Columbus this year, but this season was still one of the best in program history. What key takeaways did your team gain from such a remarkable year, and how can LSUA build on the success moving forward?
Yeah, was not where we want it to be. Wasn't where we want it to be at all. How we kind of finished out the season. Our big talk down the stretch was that in the last 7 or 8 games, I think it was, that we left like 52 runners on base. We hit 136 with runners in scoring position, and we had to find ways to win ball games whenever the big hit's not coming. And so for us, kind of with the same team that's kind of coming back, is the big push from the moment they step on campus is executing the small details. We're still going to run bases. We're still going to hit the home runs. We're still going to extra base hits. We're going to do all those things. But for us, early on in the season, we won a lot of games in blowout fashion where we wasn't able to work on squeezes. We wasn't able to work on our hit and runs without just being disrespectful. I hate to say it, but this year, like, I'm just going to have to be disrespectful. Like, we have to work those things early on into the season. That way, whenever it gets into the later part of the season, that we're comfortable with squeezing, we're comfortable with doing those kind of things. To whereas we get down into the postseason, we've always kind of hit the home run. We had the big hit that came through, and we had those kind of things. Well, those wasn't happening for us later down the stretch. So we have to figure out how to win ball games whenever we don't have necessarily our best stuff. And so kind of from the very beginning in the fall is going to be kind of focusing on those small details.
Coach, you saw it with what's going on right now in Omaha, College Baseball World Series. Obviously, everybody's watching that. You saw it with a team like Oregon State, who just got eliminated. They struggled with runners in scoring position. When you're in that moment and you know your team's struggling with it, what's that message look like to your team? Because you don't want it to become such a mental thing where as soon as a runner gets on second base, it's like, oh my gosh, we got to execute here. But obviously, there needs to be that sense of urgency. So for you heading into 2026, you say that's going to be one of your main points of emphasis. How do you keep it as that, but also having your girls stay in the moment and not, have that be at the forefront of their mind as they step up to the plate?
Absolutely. For me, it's going to be right, wrong, or indifferent. We'll figure it out, I guess. But for me, it's going to be one of those things that we talk a lot during the fall. When season time comes, I'm somebody I don't want to harp on the negatives. And so for us, it's going to be, let's talk about this a lot during the fall, understand what our job is, understand what our approaches are, understand that side of the game and what we have to do in those moments. But then whenever it gets time for game time, like, I just want to go out there and play. We want to be aggressive. We want to do the things that we're always going to do in those things. And so for us, it's going to be kind of more harp on those kind of the small details things during the fall. And then whenever it gets game time, it's just game time. Go play freely. If we roll over on ground balls to third base, and we live with that, and we hope that the next person, it's next man up, right?
Right.
So for just going to be kind of, like I said, just more harping on those small detail things during the fall, and then whenever it gets springtime, it's time to just go.
Well, Coach, you add Lainee, you bring back a ton of production. Talk to us about who LSUA softball fans should be excited for as far as returners that you think are going to step up and have a big year in 2026, as well as some other new faces potentially for you.
Absolutely. So we have again 7 of your 9 starters are back. You have 7 of your 9 honestly, and your lineup is kind of back. We lost Prim and we lost Maddie Baker. Those were two big pieces that hurt. You add Lainey, you add KK, Caitlin Ritchie, and then you have Riley Terrio that's coming back. You got Summer Bromley that's going to fill into that catching role, and then from there you have your All-American and Yulia Quackernack. You have Haley Fontenot coming back. You had 37 or 38 stolen bases. I can't remember what it was. You looked a year prior to that, she was double-digit home runs. I expect her power output to be a little more this year. Some things that we're going to kind of work on. Then you got left field. You bring back a freshman that broke our home run record. Center field, you have All-American and I think she was All-American. She made first region. I'm not for sure, but Caitlin Dunbar. And then in right field, you have Kylie Moody. So you're bringing back an entire lineup that was, I think, 7 of our 9 starters all hit above 350. You had 3 or 4 that was above that 400 mark, and so you're bringing all that back. And then not because she's on the air here with us, but you bring Laney's bat back into that lineup, and that's the one thing that I think everybody's excited to see is Laney's the pitching side of Laney. But I tell everybody, Lainee hit a 350-foot home run off of me that she don't even remember because she just hit so many of them during that fall and spring. And so, like, her bat is a very big bat that you're going to add to that lineup that can, we lost a two-way in Haley Primrose that hit the home run and was able to go out and shut somebody down from a pitching standpoint. And that's kind of what we get back with having Lainee join the squad. So it's super exciting. I tell everybody, and I've told you the other day, that if we don't get to Columbus, then it was bad coaching on my end. We got to have some luck and some things that go into it, but it's a team that is definitely can definitely get there.
Hey, can we get that on a quote card and send that to your athletic director if we don't get it? Like, if we don't get it, Columbus. That's
It's on
crazy.
me.
I told him that so we had end of the year kind of reviews and stuff, and I told him, I said, if we don't get there next year, it's on me. So I'm super confident. Let's just say that I'm super confident in our ability and the team that we have. We just have to go out and again execute the small things.
Right.
Well, Lainey, let's rewind to the start of your softball journey. What sparked your love for the game, and kind of walk us through your decision to go, from the JUCO route, and how that path led you to Southeastern Louisiana, and ultimately what brought you to LSUA Alexandria.
Well, from as long as I can remember, I've always had a softball in my hand. I think what really made me stick with softball was that it brought my family together. Like my dad, he's really big into hitting. That's why I do hit too. And then my mom, I can count on 2 hands how many games she's missed. So I really think that that's what keeps our family together, and that's why I love it so much. That's also why I do like to stay kind of closer to home. And my freshman year, I went to Southeastern, and then I had the choice between redshirting my sophomore year or going JUCO and then coming back. And I think that that was kind of hard for me because I knew I'd have to move further away from home. But I knew that going 2 years without playing would hurt me even worse. So I went JUCO, went to Pearl River, loved it. I grew so much on and off the field there, and then ended up going back to Southeastern. And I wouldn't take back any decision I've made because I think everything happens for a reason. But after this year, I realized that I think that I should go lower and I should go play for other reasons rather than just my reason of being at Southeastern. And now I'm at LSUA and I'm excited. So,
Well,
Well, go ahead, Reagan.
I was just going to say, sounds like your time at Pearl River, you developed a lot. I mean, obviously, sub 3 ERA there, batted over 400 in JUCO. What was it about that experience there from a coaching staff or from just a player side of thing that really ignited your college career?
I think I went in there definitely a different person than when I came out. And I told Coach Trent this on my visit. I think having a player coach relationship is very important. And I will say, at Pearl River, me and Coach Meeks, we were like this. We had conversations on and off the field about like where I'm at today, all this stuff. And I think that really does help a player. So.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely say he's a player's coach. I got to see it in San Antonio, and you can bully him into getting a sweet treat after dinner.
I'm gonna have to keep that one in my back pocket.
They tried.
Coach, is it you that has the soft spot for sweet treats, or are you just a little
No,
weak? Little weak.
they they just yelled at me for 45 minutes. They screamed sweet treat on the entire way home.
What's the go-to sweet treat stop?
Honestly, I don't even have one. That's the girls. They just uh,
It's just first thing they see.
yeah. First thing if they pass by crumble cookies, Coach cookies. They ice cream. They're yelling for ice cream. They're just we call them big backs.
Oh Lord, Coach, you're gonna get yourself in trouble on this one. No.
No, and it's I think they changed the name of our group me at one point to the big backs. Like I really think that's what they changed it to was that um, everybody says that we just eat a lot.
I think y'all were like top 10 in the country in extra base hits this
I was
past
gonna
year,
say.
Coach. I mean, you turn big back and big bats. I mean, I think there's a chant that could
I
be
think
back
there's a
in the
correlation right
dugout.
there.
There's something. There's something. Carly,
That's
did you have a question for Lainee before I cut you off
No,
a minute
no,
ago?
no. I was going the same route you were.
Gotcha. Well, Lainey, what advice would you give to high school players going through the recruiting process right now? Because I'm a 2019 grad. Carly, you were what, 2020 out of high school? So
2019.
20. All right, so we're both 2019 grads. So it was kind of before this transfer portal and all this craziness that's happening right now. But looking back at your college experience, Laney, what would your advice be to young players, class of 27, 26 that are coming through? What would you tell these young players as they're going through this recruiting process?
Like my sister, she's younger than me, so I have to have these talks with her all the time. I would say go where you think you're needed and where you think you'll succeed. I think nowadays it's a lot of like, gotta go big and flashy, gotta go Division 1, gotta do this, gotta do that. But really it's gonna be where, like I said earlier, where you're gonna have the best relationship with your coach and where you think you'll succeed.
Love it. Now your sister, what's her name?
Oakley.
It's a great name. Great name.
She a softball player?
She is.
Who's
pretty
better?
pretty
We're very different, so it's hard to say that. We get that question a lot, but she's left-handed and she plays outfield, so we're different.
Could she slap one to left field against you?
We actually, at the end of the summer, I'm going to pitch her for the first time ever, so we're gonna see how that goes.
Oh.
What you gonna hey, you take it easy, maybe just hum in like a little 58 mile an hour, just nice fastball. She slaps one to the left center field gap. What are you coming back with?
A rib cage, 100%.
I was gonna say dirty knees. That's worse.
a rib cage.
That wasn't what I was expecting. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna throw a little drop ball and get her swinging through her shoes.
No, I will say though, she hits for power. She's actually left-handed in the field, but she hits right-handed.
Okay,
Ah.
It'll be interesting.
nice. Rib cage. I think we got our clip for the episode right
Yeah,
there.
clip that. Clip that. But going back into the softball side of things, Coach, after Olu won the World Series in 2024, we had four Red River teams make the opening round. Three of them picked up some regional wins. How big was 2025 for the Red River? And how do you see that conference building on their success in the 26 season?
Yeah, when Olu won it, uh, the rest of us have to catch up or be left behind. That's essentially what happens is whenever one team begins to take that step forward, you either catch up or you're left behind and you're sitting there saying, well, why me? And so, oh, did I kick off? Low battery. But
Right.
anyway, so it was for us is that we have to catch up, and you have to begin to say, okay, well, how do you beat these guys? How do you catch up to and play with them? And so I think the rest of the conference is starting to get there as well. We you said it. There was four teams that got in, three that end up getting wins in the postseason. So it's not a conference that you can sleep on. It is not. It can be like any other conference, I guess. You got your top heavy teams, and then you got some teams that's at the bottom that is going to get there. But from an overall standpoint, I would put our conference up against anybody. We had some really tough battles. And we're going to 3 game sets this year. It's going to be interesting. It really is to see how we, as a conference, would begin to kind of step forward and continue to build upon the success that we've had in the past.
We kind of saw Cascade. Now, this is way before our time, but you look up the Cascade, which we view as that,
Yep.
the example of the SEC football of NAIA softball. In 2012 or 2011, something like that, Oregon Tech won it. And then a little bit of a gap. Then you get into kind of like 17, 18, 19, where you're seeing more and more Cascade teams make runs in the opening rounds. And then obviously Southern Oregon, 19, 21, 23, 25. I think it was, I want to say 19 or 21. It was shortly before, it was either the year or a year before we got started covering in 23, but I want to say it was 21. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 21 where you had like three of the last four teams of the Cascade uh, be in the final four. And I'm not just saying that just to throw in Cascade talk in the middle of LSUA interview, but it's like you had that team break through in 2011 in Oregon Tech. And then it's like you said, you had teams step it up and you had to catch up. And then Southern Oregon goes and brings in Jessica Bestole, and they've become the next dynasty of NAI softball. You have College of Idaho making runs. See Eastern Oregon make a run and finish number 3 overall this year. But yeah, it could that Our Lady of the Lake making it in 23 and then winning it in 24, that could propel the next decade of the league and see everybody step up in that regard. So we'll see. I mean, certainly with what y'all are doing, Texarkana, solid year this year, pushed
Yeah.
Cumberland's. Carly, you were there. I mean, you and I both got to see Texarkana. That's a solid team.
Oh yeah, they were impressive, I would say. They really pushed Cumberland's to their limits, and I mean, they had a very solid chance of breaking through the World Series this year.
Yeah, I mean, made to the final game, 2 number 1 seeds, y'all and Our Lady of the Lake, Houston Vic making a run as well. But looking at outside of softball, Lainee, obviously you love your dogs, you love your golden doodles. But outside of the dogs, or if, throw them in there too. Outside of softball, Lainee, what do you enjoy doing?
I like to be around my friends. The perfect day would be on the boat all day. Um, I do like to do that around the boat. I like to go for walks, and I like to shop. So
Mm.
What's your favorite place to shop?
I can't. I mean, I don't have a
Mount
favorite.
Rushmore. Give me a
Are you
Mount
bougie?
Rushmore.
I to a certain extent, I will say,
Are
but
you a Lululemon gal?
depends on around Christmas time. Yes,
Fair. I get it.
around every time. I like TJ Maxx, and I like
Hmm.
Plato's Closet too.
What was that last one?
Plato's Closet.
Oh, Plato's Closet.
That's good
Oh yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Get good stuff there. Okay. So you say like the boat, going out on the boat, like fishing or just enjoying some time out on the boat?
Most I do like to fish. I usually fish like other places, but if I'm on a boat, I'm usually tubing. So
Oh,
Oh, that's the best.
love tubing. What now I know Louisiana, there's some great fishing spots. It's like Florida. Great food, great fishing spots, a lot of mosquitoes. It's a great time. A lot of alligators. What do you like fishing for? Freshwater or you like doing flats fishing? What do we rock with it or just whatever's biting?
whatever. I mean, I'm not a huge fisher over here. Yeah,
This-
so that's where I usually go.
Hey,
Uh,
I'm
I'm
just trying to see if we got it. Like if you had like some good redfish or trout location, like I'm to make a trip to Louisiana, we're going to have to hook up on some redfish or something.
no, just down the road in the pond.
Okay,
Yep.
well, if anybody in Louisiana is trying to put me on some bull reds, listen to this. Just DM the NAISB account. I'll be there, and we'll go catch us some big redfish. Coach Trent, you big redfish fisherman?
I've never been. It looks like a lot of fun, but I've actually never been. So if somebody wants to DM me as well, uh,
I'm a Barbie pole and a bobber.
There we go.
That's my type of fishing.
Okay, so I mean, I think we've got a great YouTube video planned up for our LSUA trip this year. Some pickleball, try to get everybody to catch their first Louisiana redfish. I love it. I think Carly and I both have a couple more questions. Pretty simple one, Coach. I'll ask you first. Game day, what's the routine look like for an NAI head coach? Game day routine and superstitions for you. What you got?
if they would cut back on some paperwork stuff that we got to do, it wouldn't be that bad. The paperwork side of stuff is the side of things that I don't think that people realize that is a part of coaching as well. But no, game day routine. I'm a big Dr. Pepper person, so I have to have a Dr. Pepper at some point throughout that day. I guess, probably leads into y'all's last question that you always ask. But I'm a Dr. Pepper person, so I gotta have Dr. Pepper. And then we got snacks that we keep in the dugout, and so you're gonna see if you was to actually go back and watch any games this year, if we start struggling, I'm superstitious in the fact that I don't stay on third base. I will switch things up and I go to coach at first base. And if we struggling over there, I'll switch back. I keep a rock in my pocket. We got a lot of superstitions over here that my girls start picking on me, and what ends up happening is that if we go 2 or 3 innings without scoring, you'll start seeing rocks that get thrown out on the field. The girls are throwing rocks out there for me to go pick up and put in my pocket. But yeah, so that's superstitions that we kind of have.
How many times were you picking up rocks or changing between the baselines and the opening round this year?
Oh, a lot, a lot. Go back and look at it. It was just about every inning.
Did you ever have one rock that you kept with you for a while because it worked?
Yeah, so
Or you just toss them out?
I toss them out if we don't score. If we score, I keep it with me and I'll hold on to it. And at the end of the day, I'll put it somewhere on the fence or I'll put it somewhere. But it's funny that the girls, I'm telling you, we have an entire rock box that was a rock bucket that's on top of our fridge in our dugout. That if things are going wrong, somebody's going to walk out of the dugout while I'm not looking and place a rock down for me.
Well, Coach, I don't want to talk bad things into existence here, but if y'all make another run, make the opening round, but come up just short, you think it could be time to put Tarpey back in the wild? If we don't make the World Series this year, do we have to give
Oh
up Tarpey?
no.
Font would kill me. She would have a problem. That's her little turtle now, man. I don't know. It was funny whenever you actually looked to see what our record was with him. I
Oh
don't know.
yeah.
It was something crazy.
I think it was like 80s. I could be way off. I want to say it was like 83 and 17 or something like that. It was
It had,
it was crazy.
I think it was less. I think it was single digit losses.
What
When it,
what series what was it what did y'all get them in 2024?
I'm not for sure.
Oh man. Okay. We need to figure that out. We need to figure that out. You
It was,
think
I think I quote tweeted it one time. I can go back and look.
we found it. We had it
Yeah.
somewhere. We
Yeah.
this is why we need a producer to have this stuff ready to go, locked and on go. You don't remember when you got the turtle last year, Coach? Was it in Gulf Shore? No, it wasn't Gulf Shores.
I want to say it was Southwest. Uh, because we had a tarp for Southwest. I want to say, honestly, I want to say it was Southwest trip or our Southwest game the year before, and they came to us.
Okay. Well,
Like,
I'm gonna do a quick little research dive here. But Lainey, what's your game day routine or superstitions that you got?
I wouldn't say I have superstitions at all. Actually, I usually just come up with a different routine every year for each school. And I wake up, I make breakfast, I make my coffee, and then I usually do a devotional. Um, and then I'll start getting ready, listen to music, and then I have to have an Alani or 7 brew drink before, and then that's pretty much it.
Now this seven brew. I've heard a lot of talk
Dude,
about
that's all
seven
the
brew.
hype right now.
I've heard a lot of talk about this seven brew. What makes it so elite? Because I've heard a lot of stuff about it.
Um, I just they have so many different flavors of like energy drinks, and then the coffee is really good. And I like that like every 10 drinks that you buy, you get a free one. So in any size, that's what I like.
What's the go-to order for seven brew?
If I get a coffee, I get a salt and caramel or a salty
Oh,
caramel, sweet and salty caramel ice. And then I get cold foam in it. And then I've been on a run of energy drinks of different kinds, so I don't have a go-to energy drink. I just get a different kind every time.
fair enough. Well, Carly, I mean, this is set up for you perfectly here for
It
the
is,
last
it
question.
is. So here at NAISB, we have a little question that we like to ask at the end of every interview. What is you're on the road, bus pulls over at a gas station. What are you going for? What are you grabbing?
Um, I would get Mike and Ike's for a little candy. And then I get the peach sweet tea, the lemonade and the tea mix. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
The peach tea.
Yeah.
That's my go-to drink.
Those are good stuff. Coach, I know you're a Dr. Pepper guy. You get a sweet treat on the side?
We're getting Dodge Pepper, and if it's a store in Louisiana, we're probably grabbing a Boudin ball. Uh,
Mm.
Oh, oh,
somewhere
what?
Boudin. You said it like you don't know what I'm talking about.
I
Uh,
have not a clue.
oh wow.
You don't know what boudin is?
Is it Boudin?
Yeah.
No.
Well,
Boudin balls are good. I don't really know what's in them, but I know they're delicious.
if you're in
I feel
Omaha
like
now, I need you to go find a tailgate with some Louisiana people, and I promise you they got some.
I'll
They
have to
got
hit him
some.
up.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm going there. If I'm grabbing some candy, I'm a Skittles person. But
Yes.
obviously gotta have the Dodge Pepper.
No sweet treats?
I'm not a sweet treat person. That's the girl. They'll stay on me about it, but that's really not.
I think the unofficial record, this could be wrong. I think it's 73-19 with Tarpey as your total.
Lainee doesn't even know about the turtle yet.
You don't know about the turtle?
I don't.
Look, yeah, coach, I know we're just a few years into being the head coach, but and I have no coaching experience outside of coaching punters and kickers for a little over a year. Did go to a camp and did some recruiting. No big deal. No big deal. No big deal. You got to lead with that, man. You got to lead. You got to lead with the live mascot when it comes to recruiting. You got to like Lainey. I know obviously he sold you on other things, but if he says, "Look, we got a live turtle that we keep in the we keep in the dugout," I mean, is that not an elite selling point right there?
Absolutely.
Failed. I don't know why I got her. I don't know why
We're just here. We're here to make each other better, Coach.
when we get out of here, I'm gonna have to FaceTime her and tell her about the turtle.
Oh man. Well, Lainey, first office, Lainey, thank you for coming on. Welcome to NAISB. We take things super seriously here, as you can tell. But no, super excited to have you cover you this year, Coach. Thank you for your time. If y'all got anything, Lainey, anything you wanted to say, wrap it up, or we all good? We ready to go? Should have another baseball game to watch here in a little bit, a little more College World Series action.
Sure do.
I don't have anything. It's gonna be a super exciting season for us. Thank you guys for having us on. This is Lainee Bailey, NAIA World. She will throw at your rib cages. No, it's. I'm excited about the direction that LSUA is headed. Obviously, our conference, Red River, is continuing to continue to grow. So super excited for this upcoming.
I think that this is that the main takeaway from this interview is really just for Oakley, your sister. Just say, hey, if you can try to smoke one if you want to, sis. Just know you're gonna wear the next one
This is
that's coming.
this is her warning.
Fair warning. Well, Coach Lainee, thank you both for coming on. Everybody listening. Hope y'all enjoying a little off-season content. Carly and I are going to be back next week. Maybe another interview for you, and definitely going to keep y'all updated on the coaching carousel. Definitely the wildest one we've seen in our time covering Indiana Wesleyan Open. Cumberland's open, of course, but we'll talk more about those. Maybe some potential candidates for those jobs and kind of see where they're heading next week. Again, Lainee, Coach Trent, thank you very much. And y'all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of y'all's week.